Good morning and welcome to the podcast. My guest today is Michelle Roberts from Goodwill. Glad to have you here. She's the president, by the way, and CEO. She got a high title.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's glad to have you here.
Yes.
Now, a lot going on at Goodwill.
Absolutely, always.
All right, and we had Beth Whitaker, right? She was here the last time with us.
Yes.
And Courtney here from the Bucyrus operation store. But I know today one of the things you wanted to emphasize again was down at the Marion location, correct?
Yes.
So let's talk about this. This is the story down there. Is it 340?
Yes. So we've just opened a new outlet store in Marion.
Okay,
it's at
the outlet store.
Yep, it's at 340 West Fairground Street in Marion.
Okay, 340
West Fairground.
West Fairground Street. Okay, now this operation's a little different than the normal store, correct?
Yes, it is. So this is the product that doesn't sell in the stores, and it's kind of its last chance for someone to be able to find it. Still lots of treasures in there, different than a traditional store. All of the items are in blue bins, and you've got to sort for your treasures. You put it in your cart. Your cart at the end is weighed, and you pay by the pound. The items are not individually priced. It's $1.89 a pound.
Kind of in a way, it's like a treasure hunt, isn't it?
It is, yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
How'd they ever come up with this idea? Do you know, or is this just something they've done at other Goodwills?
Yep, other Goodwills have done it. And it's really just that last opportunity for us to, be able to get treasures out to people before it goes into our recycling and salvage lines.
Now, our podcasts, they go out all over the place, but today we want to kind of talk, I think, pretty much about Marion and Bucyrus, both.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, anything else in the Marion operations? Where's your?
So we do have a store.
Regular store.
Yeah, on Route 95.
Okay.
Beside it would be in the plaza that Big Lots is in.
Okay.
And that store as well, established store, been there a long time, has a lot of great stuff in it as well.
Okay. So that kind of locates you there in Marion for folks that go down there. And we have people from Crawford County go down to Marion, and Marion County come to Bucyrus.
Right.
So,
and then in Crawford County, we would also have our Galleon store.
Yes.
So.
Okay, you have a store in Galleon, and then you have the recently opened one, I believe, didn't it open in October here in Bucyrus?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It was in the month of October.
I think it was September.
Okay. Well,
time flies. I'm not sure.
Yeah, time. we went through a few of these, Michelle.
That's right.
September, October when it opened. I can't remember now. It's been a little while.
Yes.
But anyhow, I take it that's going very well thus far here.
Oh, it is. It's great. Yes. Lots of great shoppers. And also remember that there is you can donate to that store as well. So in the back of the store, we have a blue canopy. That is where you can pull up, and then someone will come out and take your donations. So you can shop and donate at all of our locations.
All right. Now, for those unfamiliar or maybe haven't with the Bucyrus location, because it is the newer of the bunch here, I guess we're talking about.
Yes.
It is located, the folks that live in Crawford County will know this, it's between Verizon and Anytime Fitness there, and I call it kind of like this. I don't know if they refer to these still as strip malls or not, but the off to the side there from where Walmart is.
Correct.
So anyhow, it's a beautiful store, very nice. I see it every day, but then I work out every day, so I see the store. Of course, nobody's in there because I go so early, but that's a whole other story.
Yes.
Anything else you want to share about Goodwill? You guys do a lot of training and things as well, don't you? You're not just about retail stores.
Absolutely not. So the purpose of our thrift store is to fund our missions and programs and services. So we are building lives that work. We're doing in our locations and also in the community. We have multiple different programs, partnerships where we're training individuals of all ages. So from 14 to, we have a seniors program that, serves people up into their late 70s, early 80s. Same type of thing. So we're building those work skills that people need to be able to, help them in whatever stage of life they're in.
I know you do a lot of things along that line. It's really it's just more than a retail outlet.
Absolutely. Yeah. So in our training skills, we're helping, could be with resumes, it could be with interviewing skills, and then it could be, really helping them figure out what type of career that they want in the pathway to get to those careers. So what steps does it take? Do they need any credentialing? Is it soft skills training? Is it just work experience and, knowing the proper way to work, have somebody walking through that with them? So, all of our programs and services are really focusing on those things, as well as, through our retail stores, we have an emergency clothing program. So if there is someone that's in need of clothing, if it's because of a crisis, a situation,
Yes.
or it could also be for interviewing.
Yeah.
We have various partners that we use throughout every county that we're in, and those partners can link you up, and then you're able to get a voucher to be able to come into the store and be able to get help with that clothing.
I'm going to segue off in a little bit of something here. How long have you been president and CEO?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
I've been with Goodwill for 15 years.
That's
but
what I thought.
yeah.
You'd had a history with them, and then in the
Yes.
last couple of years now, you're the president and CEO.
Yes,
What's that like?
it's great. It is truly, just a rewarding job, because we're going into communities and really figuring out what can we do to have and help communities with unmet needs. What do we need for our workforce? What do we need to help focus, help train, and who can we partner with that we would be able to then, help and aid that community, because it's because of the communities that we exist. We couldn't exist without those donations, and that's something that we take very seriously, and we are good stewards of those donations, and then we're putting the funds that those donations make back into the communities to build lives that work.
Well, we at North Central Ohio Media Group, we're very supportive of Goodwill, and you know that because we've
Yes.
worked on a number of projects and things already.
Absolutely.
And I hope as time goes on, will continue to grow and expand our relationship wherever things take us.
Yes.
And again, today, one of our main emphasis is to remember that outlet store there. It's again, I'm going to give that address. If I botch this up, help me with it.
You're
It's
fine.
350. is it
340.
I'm sorry, 340 West Fairground.
And that's
In
in
Marion.
Marion.
That's the one in Marion. The Bucyrus location is between. I never can remember the name. People in here know where Verizon
Right.
is because most people have a cell phone.
Right.
Between Verizon and Anytime Fitness is their Bucyrus outlet. Their Bucyrus store.
Correct.
And then they have one in Guy, and then you have a regular store in Marion, which is down there on Marion Mount Gilead Road.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
And there are other ones. And my other thing I would say to people is if you have a question, go to mariongoodwill.org, and you'll have all of their sites and
Yes.
many things listed and a lot of the things that you folks work on.
Yep. Absolutely.
All
All
right.
that information is there.
Yes.
And one of the best parts of the website as well are all of our success stories.
yes.
So there are
yes.
snapshots of, people that have achieved their work goals and kind of their story of where they started, what help they were able to get, but then most importantly, the steps that they have taken in their own
Yes.
lives, to get to their career goals. So
Well,
that's part of my favorite part of all this.
Life is about overcoming, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And moving forward. So that's an extra part of your job. It's kind of like the whipped cream on top of the sundae.
That's right.
All right. I mean, it's a bit, but again, everybody thinks of Goodwill. They think of the stores, but there's much more. It's much deeper than that. It's really
Absolutely.
about building people's lives and
Yep.
improving people's lives.
Definitely a story behind the store.
Absolutely. I want to thank Michelle Roberts for being president and CEO of Goodwill for being my guest today on the podcast, and I hope to have you back again soon. And I just praise what you're doing, and I hope to continue your operations, grow, and whatever you're doing.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're very thankful to the communities that we're in because, again, it's because of the community's donations and generosity that we are here. So thank you for having us.
You're more than welcome.